What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are finally diving back into the Great League, and today it's going to be the Great League Remix Cup as of 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is going to be different for everyone, but for me in England it's going to be 9 p.m. for us. The Great League and the Great League Remix Cup will be coming back for 2 weeks here, which is going to be a lot of fun. So in today's video we're going to talk about the meta that you guys are going to see. I'm going to give you guys some ideas of Pokemon to run, and I'm going to show you guys my #1 trick when it comes to finding core breakers, especially in a heavy tank dominant meta right here. It's a great basically research ability that I do in order to find spicy Pokemon or Pokemon that I have access to that can take down the meta that we do see. Quick thing before we do, Niantic has given me 10 GoFest ticket codes for you guys, the community. All you need to do is go over to my Twitter and follow the instructions there. You just gotta follow, put down your favorite Pokemon GIF, and be sure to like and share the tweet. Thank you, Niantic, for sharing these codes with me so we can give them away to the community. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, so the Great League Remix Cup, that's what we're going to be talking about today, as Open Great League is going to be very standard, and do understand that with Open Great League, everyone has Defense Form Deoxys now, so maybe something like Sableye or Ghosts are going to be pretty strong. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Pvpoke.com. If you guys haven't been here yet, this is where you guys need to be for Go Battle League information. Now what you can do is go to the rankings and then sort it by Great League Remix, and this is going to give us the rankings for the Remix Cup, and it's going to be very tank heavy. And what I mean by that is Pokemon like Diggersby, Registeel, Mandibuzz, Lickitung, Cresselia. Those top 5 right there are very, very bulky, and you will see a lot of them, if not multiple. I wouldn't be surprised seeing a Diggersby and Registeel backline at all. It would not surprise me. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk through some of these Pokemon that I think are going to perform really well, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can find the best counters for these that you guys may have access to. It's a trick I've been using forever now, and it's really, really awesome. So what we're seeing here, we talked about the tanks, but something that's very, very strong that I think if you guys haven't invested yet, this might be a good time to do so, is going to be Nidoqueen and Shadow Nidoqueen. Personally, Shadow Nidoqueen is a bit better because of the raw damage that it can put out, and if you give it shields, it can do really well in the meta, especially in Open Great League as well. I personally don't have one, so I can't run it. I can run normal Nidoqueen, and I might actually try that this week, but we also got some other XLs in here, Chansey and Wobbuffet, that's why I said this is going to be a tank-heavy meta, which means something like Shadow Machamp could do very, very well. We also have some really, really cool Pokemon coming here in the teens and the rankings, Steelix being one of these. Dragon Tail recently got an update to its damage, and I can tell you from experience, I'm currently using Steelix in a Great League Silpharina tournament right now. It is incredibly strong. It's so awesome. It has Earthquake and Crunch, and Dragon Tail really helps out. Plus, it can lock down some of those big tanks, and it has Earthquake again for Registeel or Shadow Machamp. So yeah, really strong pick right there. We also got Sableye, which is coming in, which again, I think for Open Great League is going to be very strong because of all the Defense Form Deoxys. We also have a few Charmers as well, Wigglytuff being one of them. Don't be surprised if you run into Charm. You can bring anti-Charmers, though, with something like Shadow Beedrill. This is going to be one of those sweet Pokemon that with energy, and as long as you keep it away basically from some of those flyers or maybe a Hypno, right, with Confusion, you can still hurt with X-Scissor, but it can put in a lot of work. Having that legacy move of Drill Run will be doing super effective damage to those Registeels. You got X-Scissor for the Darks. You can farm down the Charmers. It's a very versatile Pokemon here in this meta. We also have a lot of fighters and a lot of anti-tanks, so like Rainy Castform I think could be a fun spicy one. Water Gun and Weather Ball can really put in hurt, and as you can see, it can beat Registeel and Diggersby, which is very, very nice, and you have Thunder as well as a second move there for something like Mandibuzz. Even though you lose to Mandibuzz, you could hit it with a Thunder to KO it, or just do a lot of damage. So you guys can stroll through the rankings yourselves right here. Pidgeot is still not back though, which is unfortunate. This is a really great Pokemon for the Great League and Ultra League, but it hasn't been really, as of recording this video, it hasn't been brought back to Go Battle League. But there's a lot of really great options here, so don't be worried if you don't have these top meta Pokemon, because they can easily be broken apart, and I'm going to show you guys that right now. So what you need to do in order to find core breakers is reverse engineer the team building. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the team builder right here. Some important things to do is firstly set up the advanced settings, and I will show you guys this. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it on the side, but firstly, change this to Great League Remix. That'll make sure you're simulating against the meta. And then you want to go to the advanced options. Yeah, you guys can see it. All right, cool. Go to the advanced options, and you want to come down to the scorecard length. You want to change that to 80. This is going to allow you to see a lot more Pokemon that your team, or the give you more options here in the Great League Remix. You also want to check Shadow Pokemon as well, because you will be seeing like Shadow Nidoqueens or Shadow Machamps, for example. So you want to make sure they're in there. And what you do is, instead of building a team with Pokemon you want to use, you want to build a team with Pokemon you want to beat. So what you do is you put Registeel here. So we'll go ahead and add in Registeel. You put in Diggersby, because this is going to be a core that you guys will see. Like, I can guarantee you guys will see backlines like this, or even lead covers like this. It's going to be everywhere. So what you do is you go ahead and simulate. And instead of, like I said, instead of building a team with Pokemon you want to use, you build a team with Pokemon you want to beat, because once the simulation is done, it's going to give you options to run. As you can see, these guys are incredibly strong. Look at the back and forth coverage they have on the meta. It's very, very strong. So what you want to do here is, typically we look at the potential threats as something we need to cover. In this case, we're going to look at potential threats as Pokemon we can run. So Shadow Machamp is going to be incredibly strong. Not only that, Shadow Machamp can beat Amandabuzz as well. It also has access to potentially Payback, which is that super effective dark type move that can basically do a ton of damage to Cresselia. But here are your options for core breakers. You can run stuff like Whiscash, which is extremely cost effective. 10,000 Stardust to unlock a second charge move. But this is how I begin to build teams around core breaking. Maybe something like Drifblim as well, right on Safe Swap, has access to Icy Wind. So even if a Pokemon comes in that can beat it, it can still debuff it and allow you to come in and farm for energy. So there's a lot of good options right here, and this is what you guys need to do if firstly you're running into trouble with certain team comps. Maybe you're running into trouble with Registeel and Diggersby, right? You can come here, and this is why I think teaching you guys this instead of giving you a specific team right out the gate is going to be beneficial, because it'll allow you to do your own research with Pokemon that you do have. Because a lot of teams that I build doesn't necessarily correlate to you, because you may not have access to those Pokemon. So if I teach you guys how to find these core breakers and then build teams around it, that is definitely what you guys need to be doing. So a lot of different fighters, like I said, Rainy Cast Form, Surfetch is definitely strong, Whiscash, Primeape, as well as access to Night Slash, so that'll be nice. Yeah, a lot of great options. You could even go one step further and add in a few more Pokemon. So if we're going to see Mandibuzz a lot too, so we go ahead and add in Mandibuzz here, and maybe we're going to be seeing Cresselia a lot. And you're, oops, that's Venusaur, Cresselia. So if we add in those four, we'll see if there's any Pokemon that can actually beat all of those, and that is like a very essential core breaker right here. And I know there is some, because I've done the research before making this video, but we're gonna go ahead and generate it. It takes a couple seconds here. As you can see, the team is extremely bulky, has great coverage, but obviously we don't use 4 Pokemon. But again, this is about finding core breakers, and there it is, everyone. Shadow Machamp does pretty well if you have Payback, right? It can hit Cresselia. Darmanitan Standard with Incinerate, Overheat, and Rock Slide, and Shadow Charizard as well. You can have Fire Spin, Blast Burn, and Dragon Claw, or you can go with Dragon Breath as well, but the Registeel matchup will be a bit tighter because you have to land a Blast Burn. So something like a Charizard could be very, very strong in this meta. You're going to be resisting the charge moves from Registeel while doing super effective damage. You're going to be resisting the charge moves from Diggersby because you have that flying typing as well, and you can do a lot of neutral damage. You can do a lot of neutral damage to Mandibuzz and Cresselia. So Charizard might be one of those super strong spicy picks that you can utilize on the back line of your team in order to cover any of these safe swaps that they have, a Registeel, a Diggersby, a Mandibuzz, or Cresselia. So that is how you guys do this research. You go ahead and utilize the team builder to find the potential threats and then run those potential threats. Now, if you guys are wanting to find some teams that are very, very strong, you know, that you want to run, what you guys need to do is go ahead and go to the top right here and go to top performers. Now, as of recording this video, Pvpoke does not have the top performers for the Remix Cup, which is done through simulations on the trainer battles, which you can fight in advanced AI in order to practice teams, but it'll be here when you guys probably it'll be here tomorrow most likely, but this is where you guys can go to run the best teams. This is what I like to do my first couple days of a meta, is see what's performing extremely well and try to run those teams and share those videos with you guys so you guys can understand that the research that I do in order to build myself teams and find teams to run is all done on Pvpoke. It's free to use and you guys have access to it 24/7. So this is what I would do. As for Great League as well, if you want to run open Great League, these are some solid teams right here, as you guys can see. Now, another cool tip about the rankings here is you don't have to see the overall. You can also see the leads, closers, and switches. Me personally, I like knowing about the switches because they will have some of the biggest impacts on metas because of their ability to get shields or flip the mid game. And as we see here, Shadow Drapion and Shadow Nidoqueen on safe swap are extremely deadly. Shadow Drapion specifically, because it has access to Poison Sting, Aqua Tail, Sludge Bomb. You can also have Crunch if you want to. The Poison Sting got an upgrade where it does more, and it gives you more energy, so you can spam these charge moves. And Aqua Tail, remember, it's gonna be doing super effective damage to Diggersby and neutral to Registeel, which is always very, very nice. If you get ahead on energy, you can win a lot of these mid-game matchups. And as you can see, these are some of the best safe swaps right here: Diggersby, Cresselia, Drapion, Regirock, Nidoqueen. So a lot of stuff that can spam charge moves that are pretty bulky and have good coverage on this overall meta. So this is just a quick look at the overall Great League Remix meta for those of you who have not dove into it just yet. The Element Cup and Match League are finally over. I do appreciate the double Stardust that was available during these last 2 weeks, but as for the Element Cup, when it comes to custom metas, I would love to see in the future having more typings allowed, because it allows more variety in the meta. So having just water, grass, and fire really limits the meta to a few core Pokemon that everyone runs, especially after the first week. But that's just my feedback when it comes to these special cups. Let me know what you guys thought about the last 2 weeks. Are you guys excited about the Great League Remix? I am beyond excited for Great League to finally be coming back. And again, reminder, if you guys want to enter into the GoFest ticket giveaway, links down in the description. Head over to my Twitter and follow that tweet and, put in your favorite gift. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.